At it again, and we have one here with Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, apparently asking a very important question and getting a very interesting answer back that we're going to be diving into today. But before we get into that, hit that like button. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, which like 70%, a little over 70% of you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Join the family. And after you do that, hit the notification bell so some of you are notified whenever I do drop a video. All right. Last thing, if you also want to help me out even further, watch the whole video. Watch the whole video. YouTube, it's part of the algorithm. All right. The more of the video you watch, the better the video does in the YouTube algorithm. So, hey, have it playing in the background or something, while you're getting your work done, okay? Anyway, let's dive into this interesting clip from MTG.
Matter too, because in 2019, Democrat Senators Klobuchar, Warner, Reid, and Peters had all wrote a letter of how concerned they were because intelligence agents were saying that elections were in danger of being hacked by foreign nationals or foreign countries because election machines could be hacked. Now, I think that's problematic, and I think everyone can agree that we don't want foreign countries or foreigners meddling in our elections. And so my question would be, if this is such a deep concern, Ms. Weiser, Ms. Evans, Mr. Spies, Mr. Cuccinelli, one by one, could you say yes or no if you agree that we don't want foreign actors meddling in our elections? Ms. Weiser, let me start with you.
That is correct. We don't want foreign actors meddling in our elections.
As Director of DC Board of Elections, I make no opinion statements.
No, that's a yes or no, Ms. Evans.
I provide no opinions in my role as the Executive Director of the District of Columbia.
So you're unable to have it. How do you do your job if you can't give an opinion or an answer? Seems like you'd be unfit to serve in the job that you have if you're unable to provide a yes or no answer on foreign actors meddling in United States elections.
My job is to administer the laws as they've been provided in the District of Columbia, and I perform my job with integrity, and I know my job well, and that is my responsibility.
So you're unable to say no, so we'll take that as a yes. You agree with foreign actors meddling in United States elections. Mr. Speaker.
Whoa. I mean, like, I get her, like, trying to somewhat be professional, but, like, that's a very simple question. A very simple question that I think has a very simple common sense answer. I don't think that would, indicate any, unprofessionalism, on her part. Right? Like, I'm trying to be fair here. I'm trying to be 100% fair, right? Regardless of who, Democrat, Republican, trying to be fair. So on one hand, like, I do understand you want to be professional. You don't want to give out any opinion pieces, that lean one way or the other. But that isn't an opinion. That should just be a very, very simple yes or no answer. And it should be, yes, she agrees that none of that should be happening. I mean, that, in my opinion, that should be very, very simple. That's not swaying you left or right. That's just simple. I don't know. That's crazy. Hold on.
I make no opinion statements.
No, that's a yes or no, Ms. Evans.
I provide no opinions in my role as the Executive Director of the District of Columbia.
So you're unable.
You got the guy chuckling in the back.
To have it. How do you do your job if you can't give an opinion or an answer? Seems like you'd be unfit to serve in the job that you have if you're unable to provide a yes or no answer on foreign actors meddling in United States elections.
My job is to administer the laws as they've been provided in the District of Columbia, and I perform my job with integrity, and I know my job well, and that is my responsibility.
So you're unable to say no, so we'll take that as a yes. You agree with foreign actors meddling in United States elections. Mr. Spies?
Strongly oppose it.
Mr. Cuccinelli?
Also oppose it, including non-citizens voting.
I agree.
That was a great point there. Great point. So everybody else, and I don't know exactly who these gentlemen are or the lady at the beginning. Hold on. Where did he go? No, not there.
meddling in United States elections. Mr. Spies?
Strongly oppose it.
Yeah, you can't see. Because don't they have, like, their name on the table or something, usually? But this banner is down here, so I can't see. If you know exactly who these folks are, let me know. Obviously, they have something to do with elections, clearly, which is why they're getting asked about it. But, yeah, that's crazy.
Mr. Cuccinelli?
Also oppose it, including non-citizens voting.
Which also is, something that I think Democrats want to do. In my humble opinion, and this is just my opinion. This is just me looking at things and adding them up. Okay, it's just my opinion. I think the whole plan for Democrats, and as much as I rag on them, and we may laugh and joke about little stupid things, these guys who I believe is running the Democrat Party, they're smart. They're playing chess, not checkers. They've already thought many moves ahead. They're not playing a simple game. They're playing a very complex game and have already thought multiple moves ahead. So we're behind the 8 ball a little bit here. And I think they know that the country is shifting in the direction of Republicans. It's obvious. Anybody with 2 eyes and a brain can see that. It's simple. It's very, very simple. You scroll through social media and you see people that 3 years ago wouldn't have been saying the things that they're saying, i.e., people supporting Trump openly out in the public. Black people, Hispanics, the LGBTQ community supporting Donald Trump out in the open. You might have heard about it in, the silent corners, people having private conversations before. A few years ago, people didn't want to come out and say that because, you got looked at funny. But now people are making videos. I could think of a video right now of a black gentleman. He stitched the video together on TikTok with another gentleman, and the gentleman was basically talking about, oh, Trump's the terrible person. He's got indictment this, indictment that, and he got accused of, the whole sexual whatever thing is. We can't support him. And then it flips to the black guy, and he's like, I'm supporting him. I'm definitely supporting him. You wouldn't have seen something like that a few years ago, but now you see that all the time. You see it all the time. I've made compilations of it, so I have proof. I have proof. So anybody with 2 eyes and a brain can see that the country is shifting in the direction of Republicans. How do you balance the scales? How do you tip the scales into your favor? Allegedly, you bring in people from other countries that don't know any better. You give them a bunch of stuff, right? The whole dependency thing. We talked about that before. You get them dependent upon you. You get them to like you. You get them to think that you're all friendly and you're this nice person and you've got their back. You're going to give them this, and this for free. And then you give them the right to vote. Who are they going to vote for? I mean, it's common sense. It's common sense. It's not rocket science. Of course they're going to vote for the people that they feel are on their side that are giving them all the free stuff. Free stuff. I put that in air quotations because it's not free. Somebody's paying for it, and it's us. We're the suckers. We're the suckers in the situation. But, of course, they're going to vote for Democrats. Bingo. And the numbers that I've heard that have allegedly come across, they're staggering. I've heard numbers as high as 17 million people. 17 million people. Now that's allegedly. That's allegedly. Okay. Those are just some of the numbers that I've heard the numbers go up as high as 17 million. And if they have 17 million people that are now turning and voting for them, there's no possible way. It's just mathematically impossible for Republicans to win. So I think that is part of the plan. They've already thought it through. Let them in. So I think his statement, this gentleman's statement was very profound and important considering what's going on right now in our country. All right. But let's continue on.
Agree. The House passed a resolution of disapproval with 42 Democrats voting with Republicans about the D.C. law that was passed last year called Local Residents Voting Rights Amendment Act. Local, you would think that would be United States of American residents, not non-citizens. But that allows here, this law passed that you obviously support foreigners meddling in our elections, is foreign diplomats, people that work at embassies, illegals, and foreign nationals allowed to vote in the District of Columbia elections. So you can tell that Democrats disagree with this because 42 Dems voted against it. Democrat senators, again, 4 of them wrote a letter very concerned about foreign countries, and our intelligence agencies are concerned about this. And you know what? Most Americans are. And that is a very serious problem. With that, my time has expired, and I'll yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
There you go. It's right there in your face. I mean, sitting back and watching all of this stuff go down, I don't know. Like, obviously I'm not like a genius. I'm no Einstein. But this stuff is just so blatantly obvious. It's so blatantly obvious. 2 + 2 = 4. It's common sense. I don't understand how there are some people who are just oblivious to it. It is the most obvious thing. Okay, it's not the most obvious thing, but it's pretty darn obvious. What's the plan, and what's the alleged plan, and what's allegedly going on? Come on. I mean, and even if you want to dive deeper into it, you've got other countries who are experiencing something similar to what's going on here, allowing just all types of folks all of a sudden now to just flood in, right? Kind of interesting. Almost seems, what's the word, coordinated? I don't know. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just stating my own personal opinion. I don't have any 100% facts to back this up, okay? This is just my personal opinion. This is just me putting my brain to use. That's all. But, I'm just saying, you've got all these different situations all happening at the same time. You got like a big story that breaks on the news, and that's all people are talking about. But then as that story is dying down, you find out, oh, while that story was going on and all the news was running was that story, some other very, very important things were actually happening behind that. And it's really, really interesting, too, that, a lot of people are catching on to that, like, happening all the time now, and are starting to call it out. Like, for example, the submarine, right? The recent story about the submarine that everybody was enamored with when it first broke. Oh my goodness, submarine sitting at the bottom of the ocean next to the Titanic, which, yes, there was some information about that I did not know. Okay, I mean, obviously it's random information. It's not information that I'm ever going to use. I'm not about to be out in the middle of the ocean. I can't swim, so you ain't going to find me out there. See ya. Dry land only, okay? Dry land only. There's sharks out there too. No thanks. No. I can't swim. And there's like hungry predators out there. Nah, I'm cool. You're not going to find me out there. I didn't know the Titanic was that far down. Incredible. The information, I mean, how deep that thing actually is. Insane. Absolutely insane. But the more important thing that was going on was behind the scenes. Now, yes, it is tragic that people lost their lives. I don't want to gloss over that. That is a very tragic situation. It sucks to hear about a story like that. It's definitely terrible. Yes, we understand that. I want to make that clear so nobody twists my words. Oh my goodness, this guy's so heartless. No, I'm not heartless, okay? That is tragic. I've experienced the loss of life in my own family, right? A lot of us have. Most of us have. All of us have. That's part of life. People are gonna die. So it's definitely tragic, and my heart goes out to their families. You never want to get that phone call. It's definitely not a fun moment, for sure. But it's interesting to see that now I've come across so many videos of people talking about, hey, did you hear about X, Y, and Z that was going on while we were being distracted by the submarine? Yeah. And more people are like starting to talk about, hey, when this big story breaks and that's all the news is talking about, that's all they're focusing on, which I get it. It's an interesting story. That's what the news is supposed to do. Give us the news. Let us know what happened, what's going on. Okay, yes. But if that's all they're showing us, dig deeper. There's something else going on. And a lot of people are starting to realize that. And I think that's why you see a lot of this stuff going on and shifting and changing. You see, in my humble opinion, because the people running the show realize that their grip is slipping. Their grip is slipping. And so they're just moving the chess pieces on the board, regardless of whether or not more people are aware of the game that's being played. They're still going to play their game and move the chess pieces where they may and just hope that we're too far behind them to do anything about it. In my humble opinion. That's just me. Maybe I might be some Looney Tune conspiracy theorist. I don't know. Maybe I'm off my rockers. I need to take some medicine or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. It's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you watched it this far, I greatly appreciate you. You really helped out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this one right here next to me. You will definitely enjoy that one as well. And if you're not subscribed, hit that thing right up there. I'm out.